This week's Print21, play Print21 weekly TV news bulletin. My name is Wayne Robinson, editor of the magazine and the website. This week's news in the industry, of course, is led by Whirlwind. Just gone into liquidation, the big trade printer in Melbourne, also a Sydney operation. The business is now in liquidation. Obviously the debts are as yet unknown, but they're going to be big. We know that at least two paper merchants have got seven-figure sums outstanding with them, invoices for more than $1 million each. And the company now has presumably not much in the way of assets as they've been sold off, and the customer list has also gone, so it's unlikely that creditors are going to see much of their money, which obviously hasn't gone down well. The business got into trouble, industry insiders are saying, 2 years ago when it bought Lindsay Yates in Sydney, aiming to turn it into the premier high quality printer in the town. It didn't work out, unfortunately. A year later all the offset kit was moved down to Melbourne. Sydney became a digital hub, and now the whole business has gone under. 21-year-old business started by the Sester family, and in its day was a leading light in the industry, progressive, got its own website going, white label to other printers, but now unfortunately the end is nigh, or the end has come, and good luck with trying to get any money back there. Another printer sadly this week has gone down as well, Network Printing Studios in Sydney, David Kugel's business. David tells me he was unable really to adapt to the new digital world where his run lengths went from 5,000 to 500. Was uneconomic to do it on his AT, couldn't really afford to invest in new digital equipment, and sadly that's the end of a 45-year-old business. 13 staff have gone. It's not all bad news though in the printing industry. This week Blue Star spent $5.5 million with HP on a new reel-fed inkjet press. It already put one in 6 years ago, or 8 years ago in fact, one of the first in the world into its Sydney plant. That press is being upgraded. A new 100 metres a minute is going into Sydney, and that's been bought, says Blue Star Direct, to help with its flexibility, its agility and its quality. Inkjet printing there, so that is one company that is recalibrating. Over the ditch this week in New Zealand, there's a big moves there going on in the web offset world, just like there was here 2 years ago. Mainline printing is trying to buy Inkwise, but the competition commission over there has put the blockers on that for the time being while it investigates further. Will just two web offset companies, effectively the same two as here, Ovato, Blue Star, different Blue Star of course, that one over there owned by Tom Sturgis. Will that be good for competition, good for the market? That one is yet to play out. Other news this week. Quickly, Benny Lander says there's going to be 6 of his nano presses over here in 3 years' time, 2 carton presses, 2 flexible packaging presses, and 2 commercial presses. An ambitious target. Skeptics are still out on the Lander project, 7 years in the making so far, or 8 years in fact in the making. Will it happen? Well, he's investing in new factories, spending a humongous amount of money in Israel to get the project off the ground. We'll see more at Drupa next year. Finally this week, Canva, great big online graphic design business, hacked. 140 million users had their information stolen. Online world, it's a tough business. That's it for me this week. Wayne Robinson, Play Print21, signing off.